you can think of what you would say, and then we'll practice the aggressive monitoring piece by like you practicing doing a victory lap and noticing like what people are doing that would be great, and then like thinking about a misconception.
Okay, sounds good.
So we'll take about 5 minutes
Okay.
or so. If you get
Cool.
done before then, we'll stop.
Sounds good. Okay, got it.
Okay. So we'll practice that of setting the expectations, and then we'll stop and I'll give you feedback on that, and then we'll
Cool.
practice the monitoring piece.
Okay, sounds good. Scholars, during independent practice today, you are just going to do numbers 1 through 4. Which numbers?
1 through 4.
Excellent job. I'll be looking for feet together, chest to desk, one hand flat, and your pencil is moving. Voices are off so we can focus. So we can?
Focus.
Excellent job. As you are working, I'm going to be looking for you to draw pathways where you borrow. You're going to draw a pathway. Draw a?
Pathway.
When you borrow. When you?
Borrow.
Excellent job. I'll be looking on your paper. If you have a pathway drawn, I'm going to draw a check. If you forgot to draw a pathway, I'm going to circle it. That means you forgot to borrow and you still need to draw a pathway there.
So I would stop. I think you're doing a really strong job with, like, again, that sticky language of the pathway, and I think I see the pathway right here.
Yeah,
so
we've
I
done
would
that before.
refer to that because I'm sure that it will be
cool.
on your board, like
Sure.
a pathway like we just
Okay,
practiced, so
sounds
you
good.
remember what the pathway
Okay,
is.
cool.
Let me start from there.
So, scholars, I'm going to be looking for you to draw a pathway. Track the model. You can see how I drew a pathway when I needed to borrow. Just like I drew this pathway with a dotted line, I'm going to make sure you have pathways drawn on your paper with a dotted line. If you have that pathway, I'm going to draw a check. If you forgot it, I'm going to draw a circle. That means you need to fix it. What does a check mark mean, Tammy?
That I got it right.
Excellent job. And if I circle it, what do you still need to do?
I need to fix it.
Excellent job. I know you can do it. You are going to be doing numbers 1 through 4. Which numbers?
1 through 4.
Excellent. You have 5 minutes. Get ready. Pencils moving.
Okay, and we can stop there.
Okay.
So I think that was, again, I think a good model. And I think always referring to the board for what you want them to do. So the pathway.
Sure.
And you also want to make sure that they're borrowing correctly.
Yeah, right.
So you may want to put that in. I mean, I think they're pretty good at that, though.
Yeah.
Today you want to make sure that they're doing the pathway.
Yeah, and the thing I like with these, you have to like go to the tens, borrow from the hundreds, but then borrow again. So like, I think I'll say like 2 pathways, like once when you borrow from the hundreds and once when you borrow from the tens. So then I guess I would refer to that.
Okay. And then, so now I want to practice again, and you can use like this feedback that you with the pathways and making sure that they know where to borrow from. We'll practice this script again. And what misconception do you think you may see?
I'm thinking that like scholars might, like on this zero, they might just cross it out and go straight to putting a 9 there.
So putting the 10 first.
Instead of putting the 10 first, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, or sometimes they will, like they would borrow, take a 4, but then turn this into like 14. Like add the 10, like add this one, and just get those confused.
Okay. So I'll pretend that that's a mistake that you see. Like I'll make the mistake on my paper, and you'll pretend like you've just seen like several scholars.
Okay.
I guess forget to.
Let's do the 9.
We'll do the 9. That's probably the most common.
Yeah, right.
And then you'll notice that, and then you'll stop and refer back to a model problem that was similar.
Okay, sounds good. All right, so run through this.
Yeah.
Then victory lap, and then we'll stop there. Okay, sounds good.
Or victory lap, and then you'll notice the
Sure.
misconception.
Sure.
And clear it up.
Do you want me to start from the top of this? Okay, scholars. On our independent practice, we're going to do numbers 1 through 4. Numbers?
1 through 4.
Excellent. I'll be looking for scholars who work with feet together, chest to desk, one hand flat, and pencil moving. Our voices stay off, so we stay focused. So we stay?
Focus.
Excellent job. As you're working, I'm going to be looking for you to draw pathways. Draw?
Pathways.
Track the model. On our model, I was very clear to draw 2 pathways. One time when I borrowed from the hundreds, and one time when I borrowed from the tens. One pathway for borrowing from the hundreds, from the
hundreds,
and another pathway borrowing from the tens, from the
tens.
Excellent job. I'm going to be I will put a check on your paper if you get your pathway. If you do not get your pathway, I will circle it. If I circle it, that means fix it. That means
fix it.
Excellent job. You're going to have 5 minutes to work on problems 1 through 4. Which problems?
1 through 4.
Excellent. Get ready. Pencils out. Ooh, I see Raheem got his pencil moving right away. Lisa's chest is to the desk. Her feet are all the way together. Ooh, scholars, get ready. Pencils up, pencils down, and back in star. Good eyes on me. Good eyes on me. I saw a few scholars making a mistake. When they borrowed from the hundreds, they did not borrow 10 tens. Track the model. In our model, I borrowed 100. I borrowed?
100.
Excellent. When I borrowed 100, I had to bring it over to the tens. How many tens is 100? Tammy?
10.
Excellent. So when I borrow that 100, it turns into 10 tens. What does it turn into?
10 tens.
So we're going to start over, and I'm going to be looking for that number 10 when you borrow 100. That number 10. That number?
10.
Excellent. Get right back to work. Ooh, I see this time Tammy fixed it. When she borrowed 100, she turned it into 10 tens.
Okay, we can stop there. So how did that feel as far as effectiveness of like narrating the scholars? As you did a good job of narrating everyone who was on task, and then like noticing the trend. Like how did that feel when you did that? Did it feel like it would help more scholars, or do you see yourself getting?
I think it felt really good. I'll especially have occasionally I'll just have a kid that says like oh, that's not how I do it, and so this makes sure that the replicable step that I'm setting up is exactly what they're doing.
Yeah, and we've talked about that a lot just with the computation because they learn different ways from
from parents, right.
And home, and we want them to use our models when they're at school.
For sure.
So definitely this gives them a clear way to hold them accountable. And when they're not, it shows that, hey, I'm going to stop you and I'm still going to get you to do it.
Yeah.
And they'll even get scholars like Raheem to at least do it. Because if something ever gets harder for Raheem, he's going to need to know
exactly.
strategy.
Yeah.
So I think you did a good job of that, like noticing the misconception right away, going straight to the board. And you also gave me a really good cue because I didn't even give that to you like beforehand. You were like, put your pencil up, put your pencil.
Right.
I think I did it wrong.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
But you like caught me in a moment and making sure my pencil was down and my eyes were on you.
Yeah.
And I mean, your class has gotten to a good place where I think they are pretty good at like following your directions. Most of the time,
they're getting there.
They're getting there.
Yeah.
Like the afternoon, I know is a little bit more challenging, but I think again, it's being persistent.
Yeah. Energy.
So today, like I think this is actually an action step that you can actually take for today's
absolutely.
lesson.
Yeah.
And use that in like like an hour, half an hour.
Like 15 minutes.
And so over the next week, I'll be looking for you to aggressively monitor by doing the victory lap, going to those scholars to see if you notice a trend, stopping the show if you see so.
Cool.
If you see it. I don't see that necessary.
Great.
And then from there, like we're gonna work on marking up students' work.
Okay.
And how to like give really good feedback so that they fix any mistake once you don't see those trends so much. Because I think over the next week of like seeing the trends, like they'll start paying more attention to your model.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have any questions about the feedback or?
No. I'm excited for this. I think this will help a lot.
Right. So I do think it'll help a lot. And I would like to see video of this before next Thursday.
Sure.
If you can, either Tuesday or Wednesday is fine. Because I usually Tuesday would be better.
Sure.
But if you do it Wednesday, I think it's okay because I plan the O3s either Tuesday or Wednesday.
Cool. I need to troubleshoot my iPad because I have the video.
Yeah, I know you told me
the guided reading one I have, and then I had a turn and talk one because you asked me to do that, and I have that too.
Okay.
There's on my but
and I can come up there and see.
That might be or I'll ask Katie to help me with that. I feel like she might be
smarter
she might be the person to go to.
All right. Well,
cool.
thank you, Ben.
Okay, thanks, Danny.
Appreciate your time. Good. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon.
Thank you. I have one question that's not related to this. Is there a way I can get access